Hey girl, hey, welcome to Tia's Table. Let's talk about everything from the latest fitness and wellness trends, recipes that are actually worth cooking, and the craziness that's happening on our side of the internet. Sit back, grab a snack, and let's have some girl talk. Hey girl, hey, welcome back to another episode of Tia's Table. It is Wednesday at 10:15, so hopefully if they come cut the grass today, it will be much later in the afternoon. Girl, I have so many things to talk to you about. It is quite the list. So let's get right into it. If you're not already following me on Instagram, you can find me at Tia V Fitness or at Tia's Table Podcast. Check out both pages. Take your pick. I'm a delight on both. Let's talk about what I have been eating lately. First of all, I bought a picnic basket. And let's just remember that throughout our whole call today. I bought a picnic basket. I bought a picnic basket because a friend of mine taught me how to make baby shower meatballs. All my life, I thought that I don't know what I thought. I thought there was a sauce that you had to make. The meatballs were involved. I literally probably never even thought about anything baby shower meatball related. And they came up in a conversation. She told me that it was basically two things you needed along with the meatballs. She said you need grape jelly and you need Heinz chili sauce. You put those two things in a crock pot with the meatballs, and in 3 to 4 hours, you will have baby shower meatballs. I said, girl, shut your mouth. Is that easy? She said, yes, it's that easy. And actually, we should make them. Yes, girl, yes. So I go to the store, I get the things. On the back of the bottle of the Heinz chili sauce, that recipe, because of course, there's been a recipe on the back of these bottles my whole life, and I never even knew it. But there was a recipe on the back that said the exact same thing, but instead of grape jelly, they use cranberry sauce, like the jellied cranberry sauce that you would have at Thanksgiving. So I asked y'all on Instagram, should I do the cranberry or the grape jelly? Because I have both. My interest is piqued with the cranberry though, because I love a good cranberry situation. Y'all were like, save that cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving. We've never heard of anyone doing that. It's always going to be the grape jelly. It's always the grape jelly. I made the meatballs. They were a huge hit. They were delicious, tasted just like I remember. And they were the perfect first thing for me to pack in my picnic basket. Because you see, I knew I was making the meatballs. I knew that particular weekend we had somewhere we had to be. And I was like, oh, I should just pack our lunch. So, of course, now I need a picnic basket. I go on that website where they have all the things. I look for a picnic basket. And at first I really wasn't seeing one that felt like it was me. I saw a lot of stripes. I saw a lot of prints. I saw a lot of different things. I saw some that were very expensive that I will have to revisit at another time that had the wicker. It was more of the traditional picnic basket that came with all of the tools and plates and bowls and things. So I'm going to put that on my wish list. Maybe that would be a good Christmas gift for me. But I kept looking and looking, and then I came across the cutest leopard print with a gold handle picnic basket. It was only $20-something. It was the perfect size because I really didn't want a huge one either, because I'm like, ooh, on the occasions when I'm having to carry this thing, I really don't want it to be like a big spaceship. I just need something that would be like a tote bag size, but insulated for all of the picnic goods. That one was perfect. It was the perfect size. It holds so much stuff. You would think that it wouldn't be able to hold that many things, but it holds a lot. And it was the perfect start to my little picnic basket journey. So I had my meatballs. We were eating those. They were delicious. I said, ooh, you know what goes really well with some baby shower meatballs? A yummy pasta salad. When you go to a baby shower, there's always some type of pasta something. I remembered at my wedding, my dad had made a delicious seafood pasta salad. Well, not just for my wedding, but like my whole life, his seafood pasta salad has been everybody's favorite thing. Whenever we would go to something or we would be having something, the seafood pasta salad was always there. She was always standing at attention and she was always prepared to be everybody's favorite thing. I was like, I've never even tried making that. Let me call my daddy and see what all does a girl need to make the famous seafood pasta salad. He tells me all the things and I'm like, ooh, feeding a family is expensive. I wasn't ready and it's 2026, but we will press on and we are going to make this. I made that seafood pasta salad. And when I mean to tell y'all, it was some kind of good. Now I did change a little bit of my daddy's original recipe to make it suit like what I know my family likes and kind of like what we don't like. And it was perfect. I will definitely be making that again. I will definitely be making it for the rest of my life. And anytime someone is like, oh, Tia, come to such and such and you can bring a dish, depending on where I'm going and who all's going to be there, I'm going to make seafood pasta salad. Yes, because it was perfect and it was the perfect addition to my picnic basket situation. So we had baby shower meatballs, we had a seafood pasta salad, and then I made delicious deli sandwiches with roast beef and provolone cheese. I put a little roasted red bell pepper on mine. The only thing that sandwich didn't have that I would have appreciated were some of those spicy peppers that you get at like Jimmy John's. But outside of that, they were absolutely delicious. I put some baby carrots in our picnic basket, packed a drink for everybody, and it was perfect for our little outing on Saturday. I will be filling that picnic basket up with everything all spring and summer. Every time I go anywhere and I'm like, ooh, I don't want to not be able to have the food that I want, let me pack this picnic basket, because that's what the situation was. On Saturday, we went to my son's robotics tournament and I knew they would have a concession stand. I knew the concession stand was being ran and operated by some high school kids, which no tea, no shade, no lemonade. I'm proud of the children. I will donate to whatever cause they got going on. But I personally did not want to eat a hot dog or a hamburger that hadn't been made by an adult. And I'm sure there may have been an adult somewhere supervising them. But, you know, with the way my stomach is set up these days, I said, we will just bring our food from home and just call it a day. And I'm so glad we did, because it was some real sad nachos and some real sad plates coming from that concession stand. Anyway, that was the perfect little make it at home and take it with you lunch situation. If you're looking for an easy meal idea, girl, bring back the baby shower meatballs. And at the age I'm at right now, I don't get invited to many baby showers anymore. But I forgot you don't have to be at a baby shower to have the meatballs. Girl, I will be making another batch of them quite possibly this week, because my children are like, can you run back the meatballs? And I'm like, yeah, but this time I am going to make it with the cranberry sauce just to see what the difference is, because I did have some people write me and say, oh girl, my family always uses cranberry sauce. It just wasn't that many. The majority was definitely in the grape jelly. So next time we're going to try it with the cranberry sauce and let that be that. Also, as a side note, that Heinz chili sauce, the bottle says is perfect on burgers and fries, and it is. I mean, I haven't had it on a burger or a fry, but that Heinz chili sauce was good. Like, you think about ketchup, and then you think about ketchup elevated. Like, you think about ketchup ready for a night out. And that is what Heinz chili sauce is. And I think I'm going to start buying that for our French fries and our burger nights here at the house, because it was good. It was just better. Anyway, something else that I've been eating lately that I just want to throw out there, a good little snack combo that'll get you some carbs. They're healthy carbs and they will work your jawline. Everybody always talks about massaging their face, doing whatever that face roller is, which I do all those things too. But let me tell you what really snatches your jawline: chewing food. Get you some celery sticks and some carrots and eat those a couple times a week. Maybe even like an apple. Chewing, chewing, chewing works the face, works the jawline. Not only that, but it's good. And let me tell you how to eat it, because I know people are going to be like, ooh, why would I want to, like, out of all the snacks I could eat, why would I want to do that? Because we're going with the baby shower theme of it all. And I know y'all done been to a baby shower where they've had cute little veggie trays. The last baby shower I went to was, I believe it was my best friend's baby shower, and she had cute little veggie cups, and she had like the carrots and the celery, and I think maybe cucumbers or tomatoes, maybe not cucumbers because she's not the biggest cucumber fan, but it was like veggies in a cup. At the bottom of the cup was ranch, and it was like the most perfect ranch ever, and it was really good. So let me tell you what I do. I get Daisy light sour cream. And it is very important that you use the light sour cream because it's like half of the calories, half of the fat, right? And let's just also just take note of the fact that I'm not saying to use Greek yogurt for this, because Greek yogurt is definitely an option. Like if you just want to use Greek yogurt instead, you can. However, for the taste of it all, I will say this is a situation where, yeah, girl, get that light Daisy sour cream, right? Get you some ranch seasoning. Now, I use Hidden Valley Ranch because that's what they have at my store. Get you some of that. Follow the instructions on the back per like how much sour cream you have. Find out how many tablespoons of the seasoning you need. Mix, mix, mix. But that is not going to be enough for you to have like banging ranch. You're going to have to add black pepper. You're going to have to add garlic powder. And I like adding fresh dill to mine. Like chop up some fresh dill, put it in there, stir it, put the top back on it, stick it in the refrigerator for like, I don't know, girl, a work day. And later on in that evening, when you feel like, oh, I need a little snack, I want a little something, get out your celery, your little baby carrots, your ranch. And by the time you finish chewing all of that, you're not going to want to eat anything else. I have found that has been such a good nutrition hack. If I eat something that takes a lot to consume it, like I'm chewing. By the time I finish eating that, I'm like, ooh, I'm tired. Like actually my jaw's tired and I don't want to chew anything else. Like I need a break. And it tastes good. Make your own ranch, dip all of the things in it. And if you have a picnic basket, this too works well in a picnic basket. And I know y'all gonna be going to the parks and the festivals and the jazz concerts and the outdoor shenanigans of it all this hot weather season. Girl, stay with me. Because I know sometimes y'all think I'm crazy. Stay with me. These are good ideas. Now, this next thing does not go into your picnic basket, but I ate it all of last week and it was delicious. If you have Chrissy Teigen's cookbook, and I'm not sure if it's the first one or the second one, I would have to post that on Instagram. But her chicken and dumplings recipe in whichever cookbook that is so perfect. And it gets better as the days go on. So like that first day you cook it, like it's good, you enjoy it and you're happy about it. But like that second or third day, oh my gosh, the flavor just sits and it gets better and better. It really does give you, obviously, chicken noodle soup. Like it's going to remind you of chicken noodle soup. But the dumplings just, like it does something to my spirit. And it's potatoes in it. It too has carrots and celery, onion. I want to say it's rosemary in there, like the flavor of rosemary, but you end up taking it out before you continue to cook it. It's the perfect recipe. It's very light because you probably won't have like all of the dumplings in the pot in your bowl at one time. You probably only have like somewhere between 2 to 4. It's good. You can go heavier on the chicken if you want to make it like a protein situation for yourself, or you can do like me. I roast the extra chicken off to the side and eat it off to the side if I need to, but I try to keep the actual pot like very soupy and light. So good. So good. So I just want to throw that out there because it was on my list of things to say. Not that it goes with the theme of the picnic basket, but getting back to the theme of the picnic basket. And I wanted to save the very best thing for last. But wait a minute. If it's the fall though, and you're going like apple picking or you're going to like the mountains, you're doing like a fall winter kind of thing, the picnic basket works for that too. Because I know some of y'all do that kind of stuff. And you very well could put hot chicken and dumplings in a thermos and put it in your picnic basket. The picnic basket really is a year round. Girl, is she not? And I love the fall season. I will be finding a reason to use my picnic basket even as the months get a little cooler. Anyway, I wanted to save the best thing for last for your picnic basket that you can put in there all spring, all summer. I just made it yesterday. And my goodness, I just want to say that I hope that the content creator on TikTok that has put everybody on to this Mexican tuna salad, I hope all of her days are filled with nothing but blessings, prosperity, and abundance, because the Mexican tuna salad is perfect. I don't know that I could ever go back to eating regular tuna salad. I don't know that I will be able to. Let me tell you what's in this Mexican tuna salad. Avocado, Roma tomato, jalapeno, onion, lime juice. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And you say that and you feel like it's not that many ingredients. You season it with salt and pepper. Oh my gosh. You put cilantro in there. When I mean to tell you it was good at first bite, it was good at first bite. Now, you know, I had to add a little bit of something to mine just because that is just who I am. So I did add a little bit of cumin and a little bit of tagine just to knock the flavor up just a little bit. But I honestly didn't have to. So don't feel like you got to go out and buy new spices and all of that to make this. You can literally make it how she makes it in the video. And it was so good on the chips that I had it on, which I have like these quinoa multigrain chips that are they're really amazing. I had it on that. It was good. I had it on some of the guacamole chips. Those were good. That was a yummy little bite. I had it on a tostada for dinner. Now, on my tostada, I put refried black beans because I love those refried black beans. They are good by themselves as a dip, but I did like a smear, a light covering of the refried black beans. I put some romaine lettuce on top of that. Then I put the tuna, the Mexican tuna salad on top of that. And when I mean to tell you, I had me a time, and then I had like a little cup of salsa on the side. Girl, I literally danced the whole time I was eating. Then, as we tend to do in 2026, I posted a video of myself eating the tuna salad on TikTok. And one of our fellow 92%ers was gracious enough to comment on my video, telling me that she had made the tuna salad earlier this week. And my goodness, she said she put pickled jalapenos on top of her tuna salad. I gasped. And I said, oh, baby, say less, because when I have this for lunch later on today, I will be adding the jalapeno peppers to mine because I have some in my refrigerator. And why didn't I think of that last night? Because the Lord knew, and he knew I would sit there and eat that whole bowl of tuna salad if I had added those pickled jalapeno peppers to it. And that is not in alignment with our goals right now. So I held off and I said, at lunchtime, no, that tuna salad is going to have to see about me. And I'm very excited about it. Like when I mean to tell you I'm geeked, I'm so excited about eating that Mexican tuna salad today for lunch that I did my workout this morning. I didn't do my walk. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But I did my strength training and my bike ride. came upstairs to talk to you guys. I called y'all because I want to be on time for lunch. I'm not meeting anybody but myself, but I want to be on time for that tuna salad today because I'm going to sit there and swing my feet and wiggle my toes and eat that Mexican tuna salad and have me a good little old time. Also on that content creators page, her name is Jen Morales, by the way. She has a recipe for a shrimp ceviche. And when I mean to tell you, I will also be making that. Yes, ma'am. I'm not even a big ceviche person. Like when we go out to eat, I don't ever order the ceviche. I would literally have to be on vacation, like somewhere tropical in the islands for me to order a ceviche. And that's only because I know there it's probably like really fresh and really good and really yummy. But honestly, it's not something that I order that often. But when I saw her make hers, I said, oh, absolutely. That will have to happen in my kitchen real soon. So I'm thinking one day next week, we will also make the shrimp ceviche, and then I will come back here and report back on whether or not that too is something that we can add to our picnic basket offerings. Because I will absolutely be eating that Mexican tuna salad all spring and summer. It will go wherever I go. It's perfect. It is a great, I would say, swap out for my daddy's pasta salad, right? When I have time and when I feel like buying crab meat, I can make that seafood pasta salad. When I'm feeling like, ooh, girl, who has the time or who wants to spend the money, I can make this tuna salad and have myself just a good little low bite, one bite after the other. And it's good for you. And it's full of healthy fats. And it's got protein in it. What do you mean? Now, I have also seen people in her comments saying, yeah, but if you're eating with chips, then, like eat it with cucumber, eat it with bell pepper, eat it with celery. And yes, all of those things are true. You could absolutely do any of those things and it will reduce the carb intake from you feeling like you're eating chips, or it will reduce the caloric intake if you decide not to eat it with chips. But baby, let me tell you something that I have learned in the past 8 to 9 months. Sometimes you just have to eat what tastes good. Sometimes you just have to eat the chips. This is a situation where, girl, you just eat the chips and you worry about the rest of that stuff later. Like it's gonna be fine. It's going to be fine. If you have not made or even heard about this Mexican tuna salad, please do yourself a favor and go on TikTok, search Jen Morales, and make this Mexican tuna salad. You will not be disappointed. If you're hearing this on Wednesday, March 25th, there is a chance that if you go to my Instagram story today, you might still see me up there hooting and hollering and dancing about the tuna salad. And since I'm having it again for lunch today, I'm certain if you go up there within 24 hours of this, you will see me up there talking about it. And I have already posted her video and a link to it if you catch it within 24 hours of right now, which is 10:39 in the morning on Wednesday. Like, girl, it's so good. And I rarely ever give credit. I think the last time I was like this over something was for Logan's cucumber salad with the smoked salmon. And to be honest with you, I bought all of the ingredients to make his cucumber salad because I'm like, oh, it's getting to be that time of year again. Let's go ahead and like start bringing more of these salads back into our rotation. I bought everything I needed except for the smoked salmon because I like buying my smoked salmon at Costco and I need to go. I need to make a trip. But girl, now I'm kind of thinking, ooh, let's just keep riding the wave of the Mexican tuna salad for a little bit longer. And we gonna be all right. Ooh, that is how good it is. Anyway, let's talk about a lot of different things because, oh my gosh, so many things have been popping up. And as they were popping up, I did my best job to make a running list of topics in my phone, and then I transferred them to my notebook so that we would be ready to go. My little podcast candle is lit. I'm still riding the wave of those endorphins from my workout, and girl, I'm ready. First of all, Tia Mowry has a new person in her life. She says she's in love. Do we care? I don't know. I feel like we kind of do, since we were such a big part of the divorce and the breakup from her and Corey, and we've been single with her for however long she was single. Now that she's toes in the sand with somebody at the beach, we're like, girl, whose toes are those? Because I know you're not going to tell us. I know you're not going to tell us. You're just going to tell us you're in love. But we really kind of want to know with who. With who? Whose toes are those? Because I have a couple theories about it, okay? I kind of feel like you and Corey probably got back together. Toes in the sand. Those feet look like they could belong to him, and I've never seen his feet before, but those feet just seem like they would match him. And y'all know what I mean by that. If they are not his feet, if those aren't his toes, then who? Who? And you know, my thing is, we were part of the breakup. We were part of you dating. Now you're with someone, and you don't have to show us him all the time. Just give us one quick little peek, and we can go on about our business. We just want to see where we landed. That's it. She seems very happy. But then again, she seemed happy when she was single, and she seemed happy when she was married. So, you know, you never know. But she seems very happy. She seems very giddy. And in that carousel of photos, there are people in some of those photos, but we don't know if any of them is the toes in the sand. We don't know. But I would like to know, because sometimes I kind of feel like, don't leave me at a cliffhanger. And then it's like the series finale. Like, I've been watching your show for 6 seasons. And on the very last episode that the show is ever going to be on TV, you leave me with toes in the sand, but you don't tell me who the toes belong to. I'm like, girl, don't do us like that. Don't do us like that. Tell us who it is. Who do you guys think it is? And do you think it's her ex-husband? Which, you know, I think that would be great. I think it would be great if it's her ex-husband. But if it's not him, then I just want to be nosy and find out who it is. And I'm surprised that the internet has not uncovered this yet. But see, I haven't searched for this on TikTok. And TikTok is where they do all of the investigative reporting. They do that over there. So when I get off the phone with y'all while I'm eating my Mexican tuna salad, because that's really what I like to do. I like to eat something really good, and then I do my scrolling during that time. I will do a quick peruse over on TikTok to see if anyone has uncovered who toes in the sand might be. Speaking of other new couples, we did get our first look at Tyler Perry and Marlo Hampton at some restaurant making out, and I felt like it was too much too soon. Like, announce one thing at a time. First of all, tell us you go with Tyler Perry, Marlo. Tell us you go with him, girl, and let us just marinate on that for a minute. Then if you post pictures with y'all like kissing and stuff, then it's just not so much at one time. And then it's like, I have so many questions and thoughts about this whole thing. Number one, Tyler Perry and Marlo Hampton, I would have never had that on my bingo card for my life. Forget 2026. My life bingo card, I would have never had it on there. Only because Marlo does not give Tyler Perry. Now, Marlo does give He's Gotta Be Rich. We know that from her time on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. We know she not messing with nobody that's not of a certain financial status, because that is what she is about. And I don't have no problems with that. That is not where she loses me. because girls get that cash, right? I get that. So he checks that box because he is a billionaire, is he not? He checks that box, which means Marlo is living real nice right now. If that's her man, she's living really nice. And I know that's very important to her. And I'm happy for her in that case. Now, where Marlo loses me is right now, Tyler Perry has multiple, not one, but multiple cases against him for allegedly sexually assaulting and harassing some of his male employees. And I feel as if those cases that are out against him aren't in the news as much, or they're not making the rounds. Like, we don't hear people talking about them as much, I think, because the victims are women. If the victims had been women, I think, this would be just like any other big case. We would hear about it all the time, and people wouldn't let us forget about it until there was some type of closure, right? So I don't know if those cases are still pending. I don't know if he has settled them. Like, I don't know how the social media of it all hasn't stayed on his neck about these cases, but I didn't forget about them. So when I saw these pictures of him and Marlo, the first thing I said was, number one, ooh, Tyler Perry, first of all, I thought you like boys just like me. That's number one. Number two, if you don't, or if you like both, that's, of course, we love it. We don't care. But it's really the Marlo Hampton of it all. How did you pull Marlo Hampton? Because you really don't seem like you are in that type of league. It really is got to be the money. What does Beyonce say? Must be the cash because it ain't your face. It must be the cash because it ain't nothing else about you that's going to pull a woman like Marlo Hampton. And you can not like Marlo. I know people saw her on Housewives and they might not like her, but I like an honest woman. I like an honest woman that's going to be like, this is who I am. These are the things I like. If you don't like them kind of things, or if you can't do those kind of things for me, there's no need for us to even be discussing any of this. And that's very much so who she is. But where she loses me is I'm like, but Marlo, if you're going to be that girl, which you have always been, at least to me, if you're going to be that girl, why? And you're in it for an arrangement. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Let's say you guys have some type of agreement, right? Again, that's fine. But I feel like it's too far to be giving him them preschool recess kisses in these photos. Because the kisses weren't even like they had done it before, because you can tell. When you see pictures of people kissing, you can tell when it's their first kiss, or when they don't do it that often, and when it's a natural, relaxed kiss. For example, Lunel and Al B. Sure, when you see them on Instagram kissing, you can tell they do it all the time. This right here with Tyler and Marlo screamed either staged, or let's just do this for the attention, or yes, or maybe we go together and this is our hard launch. It's just that maybe it should have been a soft grand opening. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe you guys should have gotten photographed at Phipps Plaza holding hands with the camera at your back. You didn't know you were being photographed. Something. I just feel like the photos of them actually kissing, it's not, no. And I don't know if Marlo has a public relations team or a comms team. I know for a fact Tyler Perry has one. I would say that someone on someone's team needs to set up something else so they can be photographed looking a little bit more natural. Because when they were sitting down at the table, that looked cute and that looked kind of natural. And sometimes you don't have to oversell it. Y'all could have had them pictures of y'all just sitting there at that dinner table, smiling, whatever, talking. And that would have been enough for people to be like, oh my gosh, they're together. Or at least they're being photographed together. I don't think we needed the other photos, because now I have to call into question, number one, why you would do that. And then number two, the authenticity of it all. It doesn't seem, I can't find it. I can't find it. And if you haven't seen those photos, they're on the internet. And then Marlo, the day that the pictures came out, she posted on Threads, because you know she's famous for saying, today drained me. She posted that on Threads, and the comments didn't disappoint, because girl, today drained us too. What do you mean you go with Tyler Perry? Like, girl, he is not the only rich man in Atlanta. He is not. He is not. And if you're looking for a rich man, I would say to associate, partner with, hitch your wagon to one that does not currently have cases open for allegedly sexually assaulting and or harassing his employees. That's just not a good look. But like I said, girl, get that cash. If it's not a 5 or, because I guess somebody's got to do it. And I guess Marlo said, tag, she's going to be the one. Jay-Z is going on a brief tour in New York at Yankee Stadium. Now, I did not join the queue for that. I don't live in New York City. And over the summer, I'm not trying to travel to New York City because I already have things scheduled for the summer. So I have a couple things to say about that. Number one, these artists, and yeah, I mean his wife too. And y'all know I love her. All of them. Jill Scott did it too. They act like acquiring concert tickets is like an easy thing to do these days. Long gone are the days where you know someone is going on tour and you go down to the arena and you get in line, you go up to the ticket window and you buy your tickets. Those days are over. Now you are playing Hunger Games in Ticketmaster on their app with millions of other people to get tickets. Where artists are beginning to lose me is the timing between when they announce the tour and when those tickets go on sale. What do you mean you are going to announce that you're having these shows? Let's say, for example, because I don't know the exact day that he did it. Let's say you are going to announce it on Monday and those tickets are going to go on sale on Wednesday. What do you mean? What do you mean? Now, I knew Jill Scott was going on tour, and maybe I missed the lapse in time between when she said it was going to be a tour and when those tickets went on sale. I actually feel like hers might have been a little bit more fair, but it still wasn't a lot of time. Now, we knew the album was coming. Then she did say that she was going on tour, but I felt like within days of her saying there's a tour, tickets were on sale. I'm like, y'all give people no time. What do you mean? What do you mean? And especially if you're going on tour over the summer, baby, I'm going to need more of an advance notice than that, because I am a woman with a certain amount of children. And every summer I go do things with my kids. And that's not Jill's problem. It's not Jay-Z's problem either. It's not their problem. But when you already have summer plans, I can't and I won't be shuffling myself around to make it to a concert that I just found out about days ago, which is definitely a personal problem. And I know they don't care. But I'm just like, give a girl more of an advance notice so she can actually plan to come. Now, is that to say that I won't end up going to see Jill Scott? Nope, that's not what that means. That means if I go see Jill Scott, it will be a game time last minute decision. That's what that means. But I wish I had known like the dates and when the tickets were going to go on sale and all of that before I made summer plans with my children. That's what I'm saying. Like, they got to do better. They got to do better. Now, what I can say about Beyonce, and maybe it's because I'm in the hive. So maybe I just know those things because I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? I know by now the album will be the album, right? I know after that album has been out for about 6 months, we let the album ride for a little bit. She's going to announce the tour dates, right? And I get the emails letting me know, like, oh, tickets are going to go on sale this day. Here's your code. Boom, boom, boom. So maybe I'm just not plugged in enough. But no, really, I feel like the Jay-Z thing was like, he wore that hoodie to the Super Bowl. Boom. It was like he's going to be doing these 2 shows at Yankee Stadium. And then, like, boom, the tickets went on sale. Like, boom, 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 boom. And I'm just like, dude, you got to give us, we got kids too. You got to give us more time. But I have no plans. I don't even feel FOMO about that particular concert because I'm like, it's only a couple of them. And girl, you can't be everywhere. You can't be everywhere. You cannot be everywhere. I plan to be a lot of places, just not at his concert. So, but what is up with that? Give us more time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we need the time to make the plans. We need the time to make the plans. Someone messaged me on Instagram asking me for my skincare and makeup products, like my favorite things. I would not consider myself to be a skincare or makeup girly by any means. Actually, growing up, I always had combination oily skin. I always had very acne prone skin. I was one of those kids that went to the dermatologist. I used to be on different gel. After a while, my parents were like, "Ooh, girl, that's really not working." My mama was like, "Let you try this new stuff called Proactive." Then I was a Proactive girly, and that was back when the only way you could get Proactive was through the mail. And so it was getting shipped to me in college, right? I would come home from work, and that package of Proactive would be at the doorstep of my apartment, and I would be like, yes, my Proactive is here. And Proactive really did help my skin. Like, it really did clear it up, and it really did tone down a lot of the breakouts that I used to have. So I say all of that to say this. Please take my advice with a grain of salt. Because in all honesty, I truly believe that what has helped my skin the most is what I eat and drink now. I really don't think that it has anything to do with any of the products that I use. I just really don't. That's my belief. I drink water, I eat a lot of vegetables, and I sweat every day. And I feel like that is a big key to having like a clear complexion. Sweating every day, getting rid of all those toxins and all that stuff that's in your body. So with that being said, I will share the products that I use because somebody else might want to try them. For my face wash, I use either the Cosrx Snail Mucin like gel cleanser, or I use the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. I also use the Neutrogena Hydro Boost exfoliating cleanser once a week. For my serum, I use the True Skin C Plus serum. You'll know it's that one, number one, because it is the most expensive serum in their product line. And it has all the things in it. Niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, retinol, like all the things they tell you women over 40 should have on their face. That one product has everything in it. And I do really love that product. And I would have to say that once I started using it, I did notice a difference in my skin. So there's that. I use as a moisturizer, I use a moisturizer with the SPF in it. It is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost moisturizer. I love it. I will say that sometimes, not every bottle that I get, But every now and then I'll get a bottle of that stuff and I'll feel like it dries kind of gritty, or I don't know, like if I rub my face after the product has dried, I can see like little specks of white. So take that as you will with your own shopping and decision making. But I really do love it. And I think the SPF in it is really good because I never get sunburnt on my face, and I'm outside quite a bit in the hot summer months. So there's that. I also really love the Biodance overnight skin mask. I get the pink box of it, and I want to say that's the collagen one. You get 4 of them in a box. I do one once a week. So you get like, well, the way I use it, it is like a month worth of mask every time I buy them, right? Love them. When you wake up the next morning and you take that mask off, your skin is going to be so glowy, so pretty, so hydrated. You're not going to want to do anything to your face because you're going to want to walk around with it as it is. That is how good those masks are. I will forever and always be a fan of those masks. I love those masks so much that I have started buying them as gifts for people. Like when it's their birthday or if it's like a gift giving situation, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to buy so-and-so some of these masks because they're incredible. Love them. Now, something new that I have been doing since February, as a gift for my birthday, I received a red light therapy mask. I have been using it every week, and I do think that also has made a big difference in what my complexion looks like. I am going to say, if you have one, and I don't know the difference between all of the red light masks that are out there, but I have the Shark, I think it's called the Shark Cryo red light face mask, whatever, Cryo Glow maybe. So that particular mask has like red light therapy in it, but it also has blue light therapy in it. And then it also has like a depuffing therapy routine in it as well. I have been doing just the red light therapy for now because the blue light is for acne. Like it's supposed to kill bacteria that causes acne. And since I really don't have acne like that, I don't use that one. But I have been doing the red light therapy routine, and I do love it. I enjoy it. And I have been doing the cold, like cryo depuffing routine that they have in there. What I will say about the cold therapy, or like the depuffing skin treatment that they have in there, let's say you do your mask at night before you go to sleep. And that is what I highly recommend for the red light therapy, because red light therapy is also supposed to help you get better sleep. So I would say, yes, absolutely, red light therapy at night before you go to sleep. But the cold cryo depuffing skin treatment that they have in there, especially for the people who are like makeup girls and you're like all into that, instead of doing eye mask, like how we like to put on the little eye mask before we start doing our makeup routine, I'm going to start doing that. The next time I know I'm about to put on a full face of makeup and I'm about to be out forever and ever doing things, seeing people, you know what I'm trying to say, being out and about, I'm going to do that depuffing before I start doing skin, where you have to wash your face before you do the mask, but you don't put any product on your face. So you cleanse your face, you put the mask on, you run the treatment, then afterwards you moisturize your serums and like all the things. When I mean to tell you that cold therapy thing, and I haven't even put it on its coldest level, I've only done like level 1 and 2. It is so good that when I took the mask off and I looked at myself, I looked wide awake. I looked like I'm someone who gets the right amount of sleep and I'm treating myself very well. Like there was not a bag or a puffiness in sight. So I would definitely say that the cryo skincare treatment that's in that mask really is like top notch, and it could keep you from buying like, the other kind of like gel or whatever kind of eye mask people normally buy. And I have some of those. I have gold ones that I actually really love, and I do feel like those work and they do wake you up. And I do like that they add a little bit of like moisturization to the area under your eye, so you do get that brightness. But as far as the depuffing goes, oh yeah. So maybe you could do both, girl. Maybe you could depuff with the mask, and then you could put an eye mask on. But then I learned on TikTok this past week that I think where some people like myself might be messing up with the whole makeup application thing is that you're supposed to do your skincare and then like wait 15 minutes before you put on makeup. Like, it's not supposed to be back to back to back to back to back, all of the things. You're supposed to do that and make sure your face is like fully all the way dry before you start putting on makeup, if you want that makeup to have a fighting chance of not sliding off your face. But anyway, that's what I do for skincare. See, it's not many things. For makeup, and again, I'm not the biggest like makeup person. I think watching a lot of videos here lately and learning a few different things has definitely helped me. Number one, I learned that I just wasn't using enough product. So this whole time I thought it was my technique. I thought it was what I was doing or how I was doing it. When really, no, I was doing all the right things. I just wasn't using enough product. When I mean to tell you these girls are using the product, they are using it. They're using a lot of it. But I notice when I too use more than what I think I'm comfortable with using, that is when my makeup does tend to look the best. So these are the makeup products that are in my current rotation. I use the MAC Radiant Foundation. It's a liquid foundation, and it does give your skin like that really pretty, like dewy glow. I love it. So that's the foundation that I use. For my concealer, I also use the MAC Longwear Concealer to conceal like under my eyes, or to give you that like under eye brightness that people love to do. Depending on where I'm going and who all's going to be over there, sometimes I do concealer under my eyes, sometimes I don't. But when I do, it is the MAC Longwear Concealer. For warming up the face, I love Rihanna's Fenty Beauty Matchsticks. The matchsticks come with a contour. They come with some type of glowy highlighter. They come with a blush. And they also come with a concealer, right? Now, there are some days where I will only use her matchsticks. I don't even put on foundation. But like if I'm just running errands out and about, especially once it gets hot outside and I've had a chance to get warmed up a little bit, I will just only use her matchsticks because they are perfect. So you use those. If you want to contour your face and all of that, you can. And what I have learned about that is that some of the girls use contour products to do just that, to contour their face, to like shape it and make it look different than what it actually does. I personally use the shade of the contour stick, so like that darker, warmer color, to give my face a warm glow, like a warm tint. And I know you can buy skin tint and use that. There's actually someone who shared a really, really good skin tint on TikTok the other day. I would have to go back to her video and find out the brand of it, but she had me sold with that skin tint. So I guess you could use those too. But what I love about using the matchsticks is that they warm your face up. You can do blush. You can give yourself a little highlight, but your whole face is not covered in anything. And y'all know, I mean, I live in Georgia. When it gets hot, some days it's just too hot for all of that makeup. And for most women, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this, so do not get mad at me. But I feel like most women our age that grew up reading 17 magazine, we grew up looking at Essence and Ebony and Cosmopolitan and Glamour. Like, we're magazine girls. I kind of feel like if you are in that age bracket, you don't even need as much makeup as like the girls are using. Like, we just don't need that much makeup, right? So I will forever be a fan of the Fenty Beauty matchsticks because it really does give you like the made up look without you being made up at all. Once you fill in your eyebrows, and I do my own eyebrows, because y'all remember when I tried to get my eyebrows microbladed like several years ago, and the Lord told me to leave well enough alone and to quit messing with my face? I have been doing my own eyebrows ever since. And I use the Benefit Brow Pencil for that. And I just go on about my business. Now, as far as like lipsticks and lip glosses and all of that go, I really like Sephora's line of lip liners. They're really creamy. I feel like they go on easy. They stay on really well. And they tend to go with a lot of different lipsticks and lip glosses, right? So I like them for their lip liners. I have Rihanna's, what is that? Is it the Fenty Gloss Bomb? Is that what she calls it? Anyway, I have a lot of Rihanna's lip glosses and lipsticks. She used to have one product. I think you can only get it online now, but it's kind of like if a chapstick and a lipstick got married and had a baby, it would be that. Those are incredible, but I think you can only get them online. I don't think they sell them in the stores anymore. But I use a lot of her glosses, and they're great. As far as lipsticks go, girl, I use everybody's. I use MAC. I use Mented. Ooh, I use the lip bar. So whenever you see me in that red lip, and whenever I wear that red lip, I don't care what video I post. I don't care where I'm at. Everybody asks me all the time about that red lip. And it's the Lip Bar Boss Lady. I also have the Lip Bar Hot Mama. I also have the Lip Bar, I want to say it's called, is it called Vixen? That might be their gloss, not that matte lip. And then I have another one that's called Low Something, but it's kind of like a brown. Is it like a purplish brown? I don't know, but it's like really dark. It's one of their darker colors. And I swear by the Lip Bar, if you put their matte lipstick on, it will be on you all day. And you will actually have to get a cotton swab to get that off of you at night. You can eat, you can drink, you can live life. You too could kiss Tyler Perry, and that lipstick is not going to go anywhere. So love their products. And as far as mascara goes, girl, I use whatever. I'm a Maybelline girl. So, and my daughter put me on to them. And I don't know which Maybelline it is because Maybelline has like a lot of them. But I'm a Maybelline girl, so I use those. And we keep it pushing. I don't wear makeup every day. But when I do, that's all the stuff that I may or may not be using on any given day. So I appreciate the people who say like your skin looks good, because growing up, that was never a compliment that I got. So thank you very much. And I would say that now that I am in my 40s, if my skin does break out, it's normally like right around my like lower chin. I might break out, but you know what actually makes me break out? And see, again, I don't really think my breakouts are attached to anything hormonal. I think it's what I eat. If I eat sweets or dairy, my face will break out. I mean, I have to eat quite a bit of it, but like, let's say I'm on vacation and I'm just eating whatever, I guarantee you the next week when I'm back at home, my face is going to break out. Like, I'm going to have a breakout. So I think my best skincare tip is to just eat really clean. And I hate to say that because that feels a little cliche for me to say. What else is on my list? Oh, I started watching Age of Attraction on Netflix. It's a show where people meet and they decide to date, not knowing how old the other person is. Let me tell you the ages of these couples. Pfeiffer and Derek. Pfeiffer is a 23-year-old woman. Derek is a 43-year-old man. Teresa is a 54-year-old woman. John is a 27-year-old man. Andrew is a 38-year-old man. Libby is a 22-year-old woman. Vanelle is a 27-year-old woman. Jorge is a 60-year-old man. Chris is a 26-year-old man. Leah is a 41-year-old woman. Logan is a 29-year-old man. And Vanessa is a 49-year-old woman. And just to give you the cliff notes on this show, it is highly interesting, very predictable. And why did they think any of these couples were going to work out? Like once they meet their families are like, Mom, what are you going to do with a 27-year-old? Like, we're 27. It's been very interesting. So I've been watching it. Vanelle and Jorge already broke up. That's the 27-year-old woman and the 60-year-old man. Now, I have to say, Jorge did not look 60. He didn't look 60 at all. And I think Vanelle was just very 27. Like, she needs to figure out more about who she is. But yeah, if you haven't seen that show, please watch it and then let's talk about it. Usher and Justin Bieber got into a fight at the Gold Party that Jay-Z and Beyonce host after the Oscars every year. I would like to know what the fight was about. I would like to know who started it. And I would like to know if they got kicked out of that party once they had that little interaction with one another. Also, I don't know if the photos that we saw of that, if that was AI, because these days you don't know what's real and what's fake anymore. And I hate that for everybody. But if that was a real photo that we saw of Beyonce being like, oh my God, no, not at my party. Oh, I mean, I kind of hate it, but I kind of like love the fact that we got to see or like a real moment inside that party. Because I think as far as I know, all of their events are always kind of like no phones. So who had their phone out? Well, who had their phone period? And then who had their phone out? And then how much money did you make when you sold those photos to TMZ? Latto is pregnant, which, I feel like all of the young girls are getting pregnant these days by people who probably don't deserve to have kids with them. And I don't know what that's about. I don't know why that trend is on the rise. You could tell that they have not been raised in the age of if you get pregnant before we think you should be, it will bring ultimate shame to this family. You can tell that that's not how the girls are being raised these days. Even though they have the money to take care of said baby, that aside, I'm just like, why do y'all keep having babies with these people specifically? It's not even the fact that you're having a baby. It's just, why are you doing it with this person? Like, why are you having a baby with a man who's married to somebody else and he has 3 kids with someone else? A man that you can't even really publicly attach yourself to. I mean, I feel like everybody knows that they've been in a relationship for however long they've been in a relationship. But I'm like, he married. Everybody know he married. Y'all say he only married that girl so that he could stay in the United States, like it was a green card marriage. Isn't that what they call them? It was a marriage so that he could get citizenship, right? And I would probably buy that if he did not then go on to have 3 kids with that woman. So, I mean, all of it is a little like, to me. And let's also just note that his wife is very attractive. Like, she's a beautiful girl. So I don't get it. Now, when Latto posted her pregnancy announcement, because, she's big mama. And a few months ago, when that Summer Walker song came out, I thought she was big mama, no kids. And I'm like, well, see, yeah, now you about to be like the rest of us. Big mama, 3 kids. 1 man, they all his. I could be a rapper. I could literally be Latto. I think Latto grew up in Clayton County. That's like 20 minutes up the street from me. 20 minutes up the street from me. Listen, girl. Like, I don't understand why the girls, especially the girls who are like celebrities and they've got a certain amount of wealth, they're doing really good for themselves. I don't understand why they would go and mess all of that up by having a baby. And please don't message me because I said that. Babies are a blessing. They're fantastic. But if I was in my 20s in 2026 and I was looking at the state of the world that we live in, and I checked my bank account and I had multiple millions in there, you couldn't pay me to do that. Like, you couldn't pay me to take my cute little self and have a baby, probably with anybody, but let alone with some of these men that these girls are picking. Like, why would I go from being like fabulous and young and fun and all of that to having to push a stroller? I don't get it. And I know motherhood can be great and it's a beautiful journey and all of that, girl, until it's not, until you aggravate it and you got a level of stress on you that you did not have before. It's very optional level of stress, mind you, which is why people should wait until they're older. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't wait until you're older, I guess you should just be rich so you can have help, people to come help you so that, one baby don't stop no show. You can still go work and do the things. Oh, honey, but it's different. It's different. It'll never be the same because at the end of the day, you're a mom now. You're a mom. And maybe it is different for them. But I think about like the Keke Palmers, the Halle Baileys, and now like the Lattos of the world. And I'm just like, did it have to be right now? Or is that me just being too in my 40s and too much of a millennial kid that grew up with people being like, I don't care what you do, just don't get pregnant. And I feel like even though they are adults, I'm just like, but why would we make that particular choice right now while we are riding such a high? We're at our peak and in our prime. But see, that's one of those things you don't know until you know. And you thought that it was probably going to be a different situation with that little knucklehead you was with. And now you see it's not. And that's what I mean for her. I'm like, girl, y'all been dating in secret for however long it's been. And now you're about to have his baby. And that's just a lot. Like, why would you do that to yourself? Why would you do that to yourself? I don't know. So as much as people like to talk bad about Lori Harvey, I've got to say, one thing you see her doing is slaying the game and taking names. She'll love you one day. She don't know you the next. She ain't having nobody's baby, not some random man she knows won't be there by the time the baby gets there. You don't see her doing that. Also, now, can you really rap about like being a pimp? I don't know. Can you really talk about all of the things? Because I don't know. Not because you're a mom, but just because now your real life actions don't line up with that which you talk about. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm just really hating that for the girls, which is what makes me such a huge Megan Thee Stallion fan. Because I'm like, I don't think Meg would ever. I would hope that she wouldn't. But I don't think she would, because you know where Megan is at right now? Megan is nowhere making pregnancy announcements. Megan is on Broadway. In the Moulin Rouge show, I saw a clip of it before I called you guys. Now, I thought she was just playing a character in the show, and I think she is. But girl, they don't put her music in the show. Like the clip that I saw was like a medley of all of Megan's greatest hits. I said, now, if I go to New York for something, it would have to be that. I think she's doing her show for like at least 2 or 3 months. I would have to go double check. And I'm sure the show might already be sold out. It's very possible that it is. But I'm like, like, I am so proud. I am so proud. As a parasocial internet auntie, I am so proud to see her doing like all of these different creative things. And we know she's in a relationship with Clay, but clearly that is not like the center, end all, be all to her situation. And I love that. I love that she's still working, still going and doing all of these things. And like when you see her with Clay, you see her with Clay, but that's not the only thing she got going on. I absolutely love it. The clip that I saw of her was so good. It was so high energy. It was fun. I've never seen a clip of a Broadway show, which I don't think you're supposed to see clips of them. So let's start there. But this was on like an official Moulin Rouge Broadway page though. So the clip that I saw, people in the audience were like standing up and like singing her songs like it was a concert. So I don't know if that was like a private showing. I don't know if those were people that they invited, like fans. I don't know. But what I do know is that it was good, and I was not expecting for that show to have like her music in it. So I love that. If you haven't seen clips of that, definitely get on the internet and find them so that you can smile and be proud and lean back and tighten your robe like a good parasocial internet auntie like I did. Lastly, before we go, because I'm so excited to go eat my Mexican tuna salad. Before we go, I wanted to share a list of things that I would like to buy. This is something that is also trending on TikTok. People just saying, you know what? If I was irresponsible, these are some of the things that I would go out and buy right now. My list is not long, but I feel like it's worth sharing. And I also feel like Christmas, your birthday, and Mother's Day really shouldn't be the only time that you share your wish list. It should kind of be like randomly all year long. And I also do believe in just buying whatever you want, as long as it's not going to keep your kids from going to college. And that's kind of what I say. I say, if I buy this, is this going to keep somebody from going to college? If the answer is yes, I don't buy it. If the answer is no, it goes home with me that day. Let's start with something that I did actually already go ahead and buy. I have been looking for a smaller cast iron Dutch oven style pot for a while. And I kind of feel like at my Home Goods, they come and go. Sometimes they have them, sometimes they don't. One of the last times I was in Home Goods, they had quite a few of them in a lot of different colors. But that particular trip at Home Goods, I didn't go in there for that. Because, you don't go in there for whatever you might see when you get in there, because you never know what they're going to have. But I saw the big display and I was like, oop, that's not what I came in here today to get. Let me go get what I came to get and get out of here. But I took a picture of the display so that I could kind of sit through which color I would want to buy. Now, they had a beautiful navy with like a gold knob on it. They had pinks, they had greens, and they had a gray, like a dark gray that I really loved because I felt like it matched a lot of the stuff that I already have. But I really wanted that gold knob. So I was going to get the navy just to get the gold knob. And I had decided that before I went to the store. So my husband and I decide, well, let's go out and like run some errands really quick. Kids will be back. We go into Home Goods and I'm like, I'm going to get this navy one. I really don't want it, but I really want the gold knob. And that man said to me, why don't you just switch the knobs? And I said, tell the truth and shame the devil, because I never even considered that. That thought never crossed my mind that, Tia, you should just switch the knobs. In that moment, I was also like, is this something wrong to do? Is this illegal? Am I going to get in trouble? I'm too cute to go to jail over a gold knob. Then I hurried up and got on the internet and I was like, well, do they sell their gold knobs? Because I'll just buy one. I'll just buy one. And as much as I love the Lodge, and I really do, I have all of their cast iron skillet stuff. Like all of my cast irons are Lodge. My huge Dutch oven is Lodge. One thing that I can say that makes them not as a premier of a brand as maybe Le Creuset is that when you go on the Le Creuset website, they have the knobs sold separately. And I'm like, is that because you guys are a kitchen inside aesthetically pleasing brand and the Lodge is like outdoorsy? we really don't care what knob you have on your pot because it's going to end up outside anyway. But I don't use mine outside. I use mine inside. So anyway, we swapped the knobs. And so now I have a beautiful dark gray, nicely, perfectly sized cast iron Dutch oven pot with a gold knob. And I love it. I'm going to use it to make my next Barefoot Contessa recipe. So excited for that recipe and to use my pot. And I'm also very happy that I'm married to somebody who might do some stuff that he kind of is doing, because it gives me lots of good ideas. And that was a good one because I got the exact pot that I wanted. So that was on my list. It is no longer because the pot is downstairs in the kitchen. I think I want an elliptical. Because I like the motion of the elliptical. I like the sway of it. I like the full body of it all. I love the fact that your arms and your back and your core and your glutes and your legs, it's like a full total body cardio experience that I think my body would appreciate, because it's good to mix it up. Now, that's one thing I did learn from my personal trainer. It's good to mix it up. It's good to have options. I think walking is great. I think walking on an incline is a great way to burn fat. I mean, I'm doing it every day. But I also think that if I had an elliptical, I would do that some days, and some days I would do my incline walk. And then it would give some parts of me a chance to rest. And just for mobility, for agility, it's good to just switch up how your body is moving. You know what I'm saying? And the elliptical just has that skater stride to it that you just kind of don't get when you're on a treadmill or like taking a walk outside. So I do think I want an elliptical because I think it would make my life easy. Now I do, of course, I still have the gym membership that Kroger auntie said I needed to use more often. I do have that. And maybe when they open up their new location, I might start going there just for the elliptical because it would be so much closer to my house. But what would be even better and closer for me is just having one in the basement. And I think I want one. So there's that. I have been thinking a lot about how I'm going to make a return to like coaching and teaching and all of that at the end of 2026, probably. And to make a long story short, I think all roads lead to the fact that I need a computer. I need a laptop, something that I can take with me and work in other places, something that I can, and by that, I mean like at a coffee shop or like just not at my house, like the library. I could go to the library and actually work. Or like right now, I'm up here talking to you guys. I could be recording this podcast directly into my laptop. I could then be working on things like a newsletter. I could be working on my website. I could just be going back to work in general. I lost my office space during the big to-do of it all. Mr. Work from Home started working from home, and he has yet to go back into the office, which he doesn't have to. He actually can work from home for the rest of his life if he wants to. And I think that's what he plans to do. But both of us can't be down there at the same time. And by the time he gets off work, I'm not trying to then go into the office and sit down and start trying to be creative. Nope. I need to be creative during regular office hours like everybody else. And for that reason, I think I'm very interested in that new MacBook Neo. I have looked up the specs on it. What I love about the MacBook Neo, I like the cute colors and I like the price. I do. I like that price. What I don't like about it, though, is that I don't think it would be a good fit for the stuff that, unfortunately, I don't think it's a good fit for the stuff that I do. I took the quiz on Apple to see like which device would actually be a good fit for the things that I do. And that MacBook Neo wasn't nowhere in their recommendations. So I'm going to continue to kind of shop around, look at different specs, and try to make the best decision that I can with buying a laptop. Because, once you have one, like clockwork, they release another one and then yours doesn't seem as fast anymore. But I'm a look around, do my research, and I think I really do need to buy a laptop. That is on my list of things. Let me tell you about how I'm not even a handbag girl. Like, I have a handful of handbags. All of them are black and gold. They all serve different purposes, but I tend to just fill one and carry that one for forever. And then I might swap one out. Maybe if I'm going out like at nighttime, that might be the only time I leave like my mom purse at home and take out like my other cute little bags, right? But there is a handbag that I have my eye on that I just think is so cute. And if I were to get a laptop, it would be perfect for me because I would be able to put my laptop in that bag and like just move on with my life. There are actually two of them. One of them is Tory Burch. One of them is Coach. I feel like Coach's recent resurgence into being the it girl of handbags has really sparked their like internal creativity, and they just keep cranking out one great bag after the next. They have a really large handbag right now that has been all over my FYP on TikTok, that every time I see it, I'm like, ooh, Tia, you actually don't need that. You don't need that large bag. You don't have small children. You cannot use it as a diaper bag. You currently have no laptop. You're not going to anybody's anything, whipping that laptop out and going to work. You don't need that bag. But oh my gosh, just like the meatballs led me to the picnic basket, I fear the laptop will lead me to the bag, because what else am I going to carry it around in? And Tory Burch has something similar, but you know what the problem is with their bag that I understand because it's popular, but I'm just kind of like, oh, I don't know if I like that, is that bag looks to me like a play on the design of a Birkin, which I was watching some documentary somewhere, and that famous like Birkin style handbag that everybody gets and like loves so much is not even originally theirs. Like, they got that design, I want to say it's from an old Gucci bag, like a vintage Gucci bag. But then, Hermes started making it and it became like a popular design for them. And I guess people just never looked back. And I want to say Gucci didn't keep making it anymore or something. I don't know. But that Tory Burch bag, it reminds you of that. And for that reason, I probably wouldn't get it, because the Aquarius in me probably wouldn't allow it. So yeah, I feel like I need a laptop, and then I need a purse that's cute and spacious enough to fit my laptop and my notebooks and whatever else I feel like I want to put in there. Which brings me to not a purse, but a carry-on bag that I feel like I absolutely might have to get. Now, Longchamp, I think some people that live down here where I do probably just say Longchamp. I don't know. But if you go on their website, you can make a custom bag with your initials on it, with your name on it, I guess if your name is short enough. But they have a huge bag that they let you pick the colors, they let you personalize it, and it is perfect for a carry-on bag. It fits a lot of things because I've been watching videos of people filling them. It fits under the seat on an airplane. And it's so cute. Like, it's perfect. I love it. And I want to say, girl, it comes out to be maybe about $500. But I feel like if you're using it a lot, then yeah. Now, if you're only using it to slide under the seat on an airplane when you travel, maybe it's not, because there has been some tussling going on in the comments about it. People talk about, like, I guess the quality of the bag or like the materials that it's made out of. They feel like it's not worth that price tag. But I'm like, well, if y'all want everything to be made with genuine leather, then you just need to go back to Coach. Or you need to go to like an Italian leather maker's website and just buy that. Like, if that's what you want, just buy it. But this is a reputable brand. I've never heard of anything going wrong with their bags. Now, I can see where if you put too much stuff in one and it's really heavy, I could see where you might have some handle issues with. I could see that. But for the most part, I mean, I would like to believe that if that was a chronic problem, you would see more of that being talked about online, and I just feel like I don't see it. The bags are cute. That's what I wanted to say. The bags are cute, and I feel like I want one. There's a similar bag, not as costly, and you cannot personalize it, but it's called the Baggu. I think it's Baggu. Very cute. It too is super huge. You can fit a lot of things into that. It too slides under your seat when you go, when you're traveling. It's a good little carry-on. And I'm very interested in that one as well. So many things. So many things. I also need or would like a pair of cute slides. Not sandals, because I have plenty of those. I mean true slides. Like, oh, I'm about to go take someone to school. I need to put on whatever. I want it to be like a Nike slide, but not a Nike slide. I also don't want it to be anything that has a designer's logo on it, which I know is going to be hard. Yes, like I want them to be cute, somewhat athletic looking slides, but like I don't want anybody's name on them. I don't want their logo on them if I can help it. I don't. Or if the name or the logo is on it, I want it to be very discreet. You know what I'm saying? I don't like screaming. I don't want that on my feet. So if you know of a slide that's out there of like an athletic sandal or slide, something that's quick and easy to put on, that would be good for the weather being hot, let me know. Double points if it's also comfortable, something that I could use for its intended purpose. But then if I had to run errands in it or actually like wear it and walk around in it, it's cute. I do not like a clunky shoe. And a lot of the stuff that's coming back out now is definitely like the late 90s, early 2000s chunky style shoe, which I don't have a problem with for other uses, like for other outfits. But for this particular thing, I need it to be function more than its fashion. And I just want to be able to slide my foot in it and be like, come on, get in the car. Let me take you to school. And then if I have to go to Kroger afterwards, it works for that too. Like I can speed walk through the store, get what I need to get and get out of there. And it's all good. So I think that's it. Of course, a wish list could be a lot longer, but I think that's enough for now. About to go eat my Mexican tuna salad, y'all. I'm so excited. The next time you're out, compliment a woman, say something nice to her, make her day, make her smile. Don't compete, don't compare, don't complain. What God has for you is for you, and never knock another woman's hustle. I'll talk to you again, and I told you I would be back this week. I told you, girl. Love you, girl. Bye.